Hundreds of students at a Pennsylvania high school walking out of class to protest a new rule that applies only to transgender students. It surrounds the use of school bathrooms. The teenagers at Perkiomen Valley School upset at the board because they failed to put in place a policy forcing transgender students to use restrooms that corresponded with their biological sex.
With us now, Tim Jagger is the father of a student at the school. His Facebook post about the issue sparked a lot of debate. Tim, welcome, and thank you very much for coming on. Just wanted to show our viewers what you put out online in regards to what's being proposed. Proposed Policy 720, really getting a lot of attention, even nationally so. By the way, once you responded saying, pretty disappointed in the school district right now. Why are policies that affect our children led up to school officials and not something parents were given a say in? Go on to say your daughter was so upset after a possible encounter with a male student in the restroom. She's nervous about using the school bathrooms. Now, the school says students are able to use the restroom that matches their gender identity and instructed your daughter to use a single stall restroom instead. Tim, can you talk to me about what it's like to be a parent right now and what are your major concerns?
Sure. It's definitely concerning about the safety and privacy of the students right now. And I was definitely happy to see about the student walkout, and a large majority of the student population is behind this also, with just having male genitalia in the female bathroom or possibly having female genitalia in the male bathroom. It's something that's it's unsafe for the children, and it should not be something that's happening in the school districts.
And there are a lot of parents, Tim, that feel the way that you do in a general sense. I'm curious to know how your daughter feels when she comes home from school. What stories has she shared? Any stories with you? Has she shared emotion with you? Can you describe that to maybe help viewers understand exactly what these students feel? Some of them that are actually uncomfortable with the school not enforcing policy. What does she tell you?
Well, she's definitely uncomfortable. She tells me she's uncomfortable. She no longer uses the bathroom or the facilities at the school. She was made aware that she could use the single stall bathrooms, which apparently there's a few here and there, but she wasn't exactly sure where they were located. But she's definitely uncomfortable, was uncomfortable on the first day of school, so she no longer uses the bathrooms there. And apparently many of the other students are uncomfortable with it also.
Yeah. So she doesn't go, just to be very clear, you said she's not using the restroom at school. So if she needs to use the facilities, she chooses not to and waits till she leaves school? Are we understanding that correct?
Correct. She'll wait until she gets home, correct.
Wow. So again, your daughter is told, if you feel uncomfortable using the women's restroom, you're going to have to wait or use a single stall or change how you go throughout your day. Tim, we've seen in the video, which by the way is pretty shocking to see this sort of walkout. Students are clearly sending a message that they don't feel comfortable with this policy here. What has been the response to these now viral images?
Well, I mean, there's been several meetings at the school, and there are several school board members that are behind instituting the policy 720, which puts boys in the boys' room and girls in the girls' room. And there's several members of the board that are against it. And currently there's talks about it in policy meetings and everything about what can or can't be done. And obviously parents and the students are still pushing to have policy 720 instated, keeping boys in the boys' room, girls in the girls' room, and the same for the locker rooms and et cetera there.
It seems as if, again, these photos and the video of this protest and this walkout has emboldened those that are really upset with their school. It wasn't too long ago that many were scared to speak out, to say anything, for various reasons. But not here at this high school. You have a lot of students here, again, expressing their concern and showcasing their voice. A major walkout here. I mean, just dozens and dozens of students. You see there on your screen. This isn't small. And the voices are getting so loud. There's a meeting coming up about this. Can you tell us a little bit about this meeting, what exactly it entails, and is it tonight?
Well, there will be a school board meeting again at the beginning of October, the first Monday of October. I'm sure they're going to have this on their agenda also, but since I made the original post, there was 2 board meetings and then 1 policy meeting where it's been talked at all those meetings. And then, like I said, there's another board meeting coming up beginning of October, the first Monday, that I anticipate more talk on this issue. And as you said, I mean, the dozens of students, actually hundreds of students, the school estimated approximately 300, but I mean, being there, I would say it was at least 400 to 500 students that walked out. And I know of several students that didn't walk out because they were threatened with being written up for being absent, unexcused absence, and being in sports and stuff. They were worried that it would affect, their sports and stuff like that.
Sure, understandably so. You work really hard to get on the teams. You want to stay on the team. You wouldn't want any sort of punishment. Despite how you feel personally, it puts kids in a really tough position to be in. Tim, and speaking of sports, just wondering what the school policy is for transgender athletes, again, biological males. Are they allowed to compete on the women's teams?
Well, currently, it hasn't really been brought up much. I believe, honestly, like this whole bathroom issue was kind of put in like under the rug. Like not many people knew about it until I had brought it up, and then all of a sudden, it blew up. There were even school board members that had no idea that this was being allowed in this school. So right now they're addressing this, and I'm sure in meetings to come it'll expand further to sports teams and locker rooms and everything like that.
All right, well, keep an eye on the story. Again, these meetings, a number of them scheduled coming up in the next few weeks. Students really using their voice, organizing, and walking out to send a message. Tim Jagger, thank you so much for coming on today, sir. We appreciate it.
Yep, thank you.
You're welcome.